Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. We are going to be talking a little bit about CO2. Also, Sue, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. So, why do I want to talk about CO2? Let me explain that for you guys. One of my friends actually recently bought, or was actually, I don't know if it was bought, maybe it was like gifted to them, a CO2 meter. And you might be wondering why. I honestly didn't know either. I think you guys have heard of like humidity sensors and that's just to see what your humidity is at in your room. Certain humidity levels means that there is a higher chance of having mold, a higher chance of getting bacteria to grow, and then if too low means that it's harder to breathe, in the sense that the air is more dry, which means that it's a little more difficult for you. You get more sore throats a little bit more often, and among other things. So, what is a CO2 meter? Well, it's kind of like the smoke detector in your room, kind of. Basically, as you guys know, we intake oxygen, that's how we breathe, and then we exhale carbon dioxide. That is basically what happens. And if you are in a closed environment with very little airflow, especially if you have many people inside a same room, a same building, or whatever, there's a lot of CO2 that can be created. And I didn't know about this, but apparently there is a threshold in which after a certain amount of CO2, your I read that your cognitive performance decreases by 15%. So you see sort of like mental fog, you see laziness, you kind of tired. It's kind of like when you are, I don't know if you guys have ever been in a situation where you consumed too much carbon dioxide. A very simple, like an easy test you can do is to go under your bed or something like that, under your blankets, and just breathe. Try to breathe in there. It gets pretty difficult. I recommend not doing that, but it gives you a little bit of that sort of feeling of what you might get with CO2. It's like really hard to breathe, etc. And so that threshold apparently is 1,000 ppm to 1,500 ppm. Now, if you're curious as to if you yourself can reach that amount by yourself, the answer is yes, you can. One person in a room with closed doors and closed windows can actually reach 1,000 ppm quite easily after about, I'm gonna say, a night of sleeping, let's say. Honor, welcome in. Hello, good morning. And so it's sort of really important actually to have airflow, and I didn't really realize this. I know that my dad has always told me to open the windows when you're feeling tired when you're driving. I didn't know why specifically. I just thought like fresh air would help, but I think it's actually CO2. If you're in the car for a long period of time, the CO2 is sort of circulating inside, especially if you don't have any sort of fan or AC or anything blowing. And it's important to either open the window or to have some sort of airflow going on to get rid of that carbon dioxide. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Anytime you feel tired, anytime you feel a little like you can't sleep, you can't stay up, I do recommend opening your door, your window, opening something to let some airflow through. Perhaps it might be carbon dioxide. Perhaps. And that is basically our little story for this morning. Now, what are we gonna do for art? Today we are going to be doing poses. Over the week, I've been practicing drawing gesture poses to incorporate more flow into my art. And these gesture poses are basically quick 1-minute drawings of poses. It's not to really get the anatomy correct, but rather the flow correct. So we're going to be doing that a little bit as warm-up. So we're going to do cubes as warm-ups, and then after that we're going to do the gesture drawings as warm-ups. And yeah, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about some stories that I've heard. In the meantime, hope you guys are doing well today. Happy Sunday. Thank you for stopping by, and good morning. All right, let's do it. Let me get my thing right here. Cool. So, I'm gonna go ahead and change the... No, I'll keep it similar. Okay, I'm gonna go get my gesture website, and let's go ahead and... Oh, no, before we do that. Wait, these are not that great. Before we do that, we gotta practice squares. Anything cool? Anything interesting happened to you guys? Do let me know. I'd love to hear about it. You know, this whole weekend, or not weekend, whole week has been crazy. For a lot of things. Let me explain. The first thing is that I went to... Actually, I don't know if I told you guys this. No, I didn't, because it happened after. So I went to a local card shop. So all the card shops near me are like 30 minutes away. They're pretty far. It's like 30 minutes anyway. Going to a card shop to play like card games and stuff like that, or to hang out with people, it's 30 minutes away. Sometimes even 45 minutes away for me. in my location. I've always wanted a card shop to open right next to me within like a 10-minute distance. So I really wanted like a 10-minute distance. And suddenly, about, I want to say 3 months ago, 2-3 months ago, a shop opened up 10 minutes away from me. And so I wanted to check it out. It's brand new. It's totally brand new. I was a bit of a creep. And so I did stock sort of their like business expenses. So I checked out the property. I checked out the rent. I checked out their inventory. I also checked out their decor, the vibes. So I checked all of that out with pictures before I went to see whether or not, like, how much money they would have to make to be to break even or to make a profit. Now, the reason why I talked about this, why I looked at this specifically, is because I actually was considering doing it as well, like opening it up, but I was deterred from the high rent prices here. So over here, if you want to pay, rent for like a building, it's going to be around like roughly around 3.5 to 5K per month. And so I didn't feel like it was going to be worthwhile to even try doing that. And I watched some videos, and they said not to open up a shop because of many things. So I decided not to. So I was wondering why this person did, because can they reach this much money? But it turns out that they rented a sort of a little more rundown place. So I believe the rent is actually around 3K instead of 3.5K. But I could, but 3K plus utilities, which might increase it to around 3.3K or something like that. So I think altogether it might be like 3.3K. Anyway. Anyway, yeah. So I went to go inside for the first time for a local card tournament. And I saw a guy that I've seen before when I went to go play Gundam Gundam TCG. I went to go way back a year ago when it started, when it released for the first time. I saw him a lot. Me and him were pretty much the new guys. Even though the game just came out, we sort of faced each other a lot, and we had nice banter, and so yeah, we knew each other basically. And I would see him everywhere, he would see me everywhere, type of thing. And I saw him, I was like, oh wow, hey, I didn't know you work here. He's like, no, work here? I own this place. I'm like, oh, this is your card shop? He's like, yeah, this is my card shop. So I talked to him a little bit about why he opened the card shop, and he basically lives around me, and he said, yeah, it takes about 30 minutes and there 30 minutes to another one, and he wanted to basically play card games without having to travel so far all the time, and also get like cards at distribution price. I thought it was very interesting, especially because the opening hours for his store is between 5 to 9 p.m. from Monday to Friday. Basically, he comes there after work, and he has a couple of employees or friends, I guess, helping him out. 5 to 9 p.m. Monday to Friday. On weekends, it is, I believe, from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sat to Sunday. So yeah, he he works there basically. He opened a side hustle, TLDR, and then because he has his own job in the morning or in that regular time, and then I realized, oh, that's his plan. He is using this store as like a place to, I mean, like, it'd be nice if he made a profit, but he's just there. He just opened it to enjoy the hobby. A friend from GCG, the Gundam card game that I made like a year ago, he disappeared actually after a while. But I found out the reason why he disappeared was because he moved to a different card game. Yeah, it was for himself. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, if you have a trading card store, You can buy trading cards from a distributor and you can get at a discounted rate. So the distributor, basically, imagine this. So the distributor has boxes that they get from distributor, and let's just say this is Pokemon, the Pokemon company, right? So the Pokemon company basically gives products to the distributor, and the distributor, gives products to all these local LCS, local card stores. They're called LCSs. And they get the LCSs. The LCSs get the product. So Pokemon might be, let's just say it costs them $60 to create cards and shipping and everything. Then the distributor is going to charge 90, or let's just say 95. Let's just keep it nice. Let's just say 90. The distributor charges 90 to all the LCS, and then the LCS, distributes it to the players and the collectors, and they might charge like 120 or 150 or 180 or 200, depending on whatever the market is, right? And it just kind of goes that way. And that's sort of how the whole process works. So what he basically did was, instead of paying this much, right, for sets, he bypassed the entire thing, and he said, you know what, I'm going to open a card store so I can access this distributor cost at $90 a booster box. And so maybe he can open it up for himself, keep the ones he wants, sell the ones he doesn't want, and use his card store as a play space to host tournaments, card tournaments. And these card tournaments gives them sort of recurring revenue just to help pay for the rent of the LCS. And considering it's a little bit more of a sort of place that is older, the rent is a little bit lower too. So he's able to sort of do that. And inside his shop is so bare bones. There is literally 5 or 6 Costco tables, like a big long table, a front area where he showcases some cars, and that's it. There's no there's like one rack full of bulk, and that's it. There's nothing else left. There's no like, oh yeah, here, buy some like rows and rows of like what do you call them, products and stuff. You can literally tell what he's trying to do. I thought that was really interesting. Yeah, that happened last Sunday. But it's really close to me, so I will be going again today, actually, at like 4. Help him out, as well as I'm grateful I don't have to travel 30 minutes to go there, and that's an hour of my time wasted just driving just to play for like an hour or two. Is like not worth it, honestly. yeah. Yeah, so that's one little cool thing that happened. Now we gotta go ahead and draw our cubes again. I accidentally erased it. Oh, have you guys watched The Odyssey? Are you guys curious about watching The Odyssey? I have not. But my friends are watching it with their partners, and they said that they really enjoyed it at IMAX. And I was like, oh yeah, what's the difference? I mean, like, is IMAX like between IMAX and regular? And they explained to me the difference, and I was like, oh, okay. Because I remember going to an IMAX a long time ago, and I didn't really like the experience because the music was just so loud. It hurt my ears. I was like, next time I go, I'm gonna wear earphones. It's way too loud. I'm here, but I'm working today. I have work due tomorrow, and it's horrible. Wait, you're working today? Are you working from home, or are you actually at the... are you actually at work? Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Jerry, welcome in. Hello. I work from home. Summarize 50 events and claims. Can I finish on time? Oh no. That's so much. That's so many. Does that mean you're like sort of working OT kind of, but not really? Not being paid, but working OT type of thing? Well, yeah. Working off the clock, yeah. Oh man. I'm sorry to hear that. At least maybe we can be here to give a little bit of company while you're summarizing the claims. I won't say too much drama. Oh, speaking of drama, okay. I've got some drama for you guys. Well, not really drama, but well, kind of. Not really. Okay, here. So basically, this is what happened. I'm gonna say this is, I am here. Let's say I am, okay, you guys know me. There's friend A and there is friend B. Okay, friend A and friend B. This happened recently. Let me make sure. They aren't in here. Oh yeah, they're not in here. Okay. I have no choice. We get in trouble for late cases because with reported DC. Oh, okay. Man, that's what they call understaffed. That's unfortunate. Keep it up, Honor. I would definitely recommend some coffee or some tea. I got some tea ready to go. Get some caffeine. Lock in. All right, here you go. So this happened recently. So there's a card game called Riftbound. Riftbound is League of Legends card game. I don't know why I wrote the T like that. There is it's League of Legends TCG that released like September of last year. Okay. I've been to some events, but I haven't really played the game that much because the cards are a little too pricey for me, or at least the cards that I want in my deck are too pricey. So I can't play it yet, or I'm waiting for it to get cheaper via reprints. So do you play Riftbound? Do you like it? Seems like you know what it is. Yeah, so I don't play it. I did went to a couple of pre-Rift events anyway. So basically friend A wanted to sort of like play with me. I've known these since high school. I've known him since elementary. We used to be really good friends, but not anymore. And this person is an acquaintance. I can't spell acquaintance. I'm just gonna say he's a friend from high school. But I don't know them that well. I just know them. I just don't know them that well. They are partners. Friend A and friend B are partners. Okay. Only want to collect. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. They had some really cool shiny cards. I would say artworks are very nice. I also like to collect as well. I didn't really pull any alternate arts for. Oh, besides the Darius signature over number that I picked up. I mean that I pulled. I haven't really gotten anything else, sadly, but that's okay. Yeah, on my first pre-rift event for Spirit Forge, I only went to one. I got Darius overnumbered signature. It's not with me right now. It's downstairs. But it is. I graded it. It got a 9, and I'm not selling it. I'm keeping it because I know that it is something that is hard to get, and I don't think I'm ever gonna peak that much in luckiness ever again. It's not that expensive though. It's like 300 to like 500 roughly around there, but I believe even if it was like $2,000, I still wouldn't sell it. But like I believe that it should be, the true price should be around like 700. I think it should be double what it is now. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Other than that, I haven't really pulled anything. So this friend A continually asks me to play with his group. Come play. He can every week or 2 weeks. He asks me come play with him. He's hosting locals with his friends. You should come play. You should come play. And I keep telling him, oh no, I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play. He asks this often. Like he asks this like almost every week or every other week. And so I told him this is a timeline of this is, let's say, March, this is June, this is August, this is Sept, and then this is December, right? And this is Jan. So I told him in January that I'll play when the new set comes out. So Spirit Forge came out, and I went to the pre-rift. I played it. I enjoyed it. I look at the cards, and they're really expensive. And the booster boxes was really expensive. So I told them, you know what? I'm gonna wait until more reprints happen. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I'm gonna wait. So I waited. March hit. The new set comes out or something like that. And it comes off, well, it's not really that expensive, but the cards in there don't really appeal to me that much. So I was like, I don't really like this set. And Spirit Forge, the second set, still has not really come down in price to a point where I wanted it to be around $100. It was like 170 or 60 at that time. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait until summer. And then I waited till summer. So he still contacted me, but I told him, hey, I'll wait until summer, and then I'll join. So it reached summertime, and he invited me to a pre-rift event. Basically, a pre-rift is an event where you get to play with the cards that has not been released yet. It's like 1 week early, you get to experience the cards, and then the set releases. So I decided, hey, you know what? I promised him for like half a year, I'm gonna go to the event. So I go to the event. I have a good time, obviously, and then I look at the cards, and a lot of the cards that I need are still expensive, because the demand of Riftbound has continually gone up. So even if the supply has if this is supply and this is demand, even the supply has gone up from like right here. Like, even though the supply has gone up, the demand also has gone up, which means the prices of the cards also has gone up too. And so it's still unaffordable to me. So I tell them, hey, you know what? The cards are still too expensive. I really want a mass reprint. I know Riot's gonna do it because Riot always caters towards the casual player. And so, you know what? I'm gonna wait until the next reprint happens. And I heard that's gonna happen around November and September. But I know that November and September, people are going to get hyped again. December is a really good time to enter, I think, because all the LCS stores are liquidating their products to get it off of their books, and a lot of other people are buying Christmas presents, and so they're selling off their collection. And so I think I'm going to try in December. So I told him I'm going to come back in December. And then I think he was like, okay, I need to I had to use my trump card is what I think he was doing, because he really wanted me to come to his local events to play with him at his friend's house. I don't know why, but he continually like kept asking me every single like other week throughout the whole year to go play. So he said, hey, you know, my wife, my partner is pregnant, and we're 6 months in. And I had no idea why he told this to me. I was like, oh, congratulations. Yeah, that's amazing. You're going to be a dad? Are you excited? He's like, yeah, I'm pretty excited. And then he said, yeah, so I'm going to leave the hobby in like 3 months. And he told me that in August. I'm going to leave the hobby in 3 months. And I was like, oh, I see. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. You want to spend more time with your kid and stuff like that. Yeah, that's cool. That means I'll probably like once you leave in like November or October, I'm gonna go. I'll just go ahead and take your spot, because I take your spot in the sense that what I was trying to say was like, if you leave, don't worry. I'll fill it in. I'll keep your seat warm, type of thing. And I said I'll still play in December, and I was kind of curious why he asked me that. He told me that he's getting married. I'm not married. Sorry, he's having a kid. And so I Gemini'd it, because I'm a weirdo like that. So I Gemini'd the conversation to understand his point of view, why he would say that. And Gemini said that the reason why he said that was because he wanted to really enjoy the last 3 minutes. Not 3 minutes. 3 months of the hobby with his friends before he leaves to become a dad and never joins again, or never has time again to play the TCG or whatever. And so that's why he really wanted me to play throughout the entire year, right? Yeah, that's basically it. But I know there's other motives as well, but that was like the main motives, what AI said, or Gemini said. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I guess I probably sounded like a douche when I said like, oh yeah, congrats to you. I'm still only going to play in December. I'm not going to play now because cards are too expensive. But congrats to you is what I basically said. But now I think about it, I'm like, I'm fine with that. This friend A guy, we sort of had a falling out a little bit. Well, he had a falling out with the entire school. He basically never came to school. And he I don't know why, but he never came to school. But when he did come to school, he would ask around for the answers for the tests, because he didn't know what the heck was happening. Why wasn't he at school, you might ask? Well, it's because his dad, I think, put him into community college schools instead, because he thought, well, I assume his dad thought that public schools were a waste of time. And as much as I would agree, with that, it also meant that he didn't have many friends in high school. And since he was like gone the entire time, all the time. Yeah. He was also well off. His family was well off. So I just felt like it was just like socially, it just was a little difficult for him to make connections, I guess, to everybody, because he wasn't there. But yeah, the falling out wasn't just with me, but it was just like his whole school year. Like, it's just like when he would show up, he would show up to ask for test answers, or to like he was always asking for something every time he came to school, to his peers. and it just felt like he was using them in a way. You know, that sort of thing. And this sort of idea of using people for his sort of like enjoyment, not enjoyment, for his cause, sort of, I think, yeah, it irked people the wrong way, I think. But yeah, anyway, that was a little bit of drama that passed. Babies cost money and time. Yeah, 100%. There's once you have a kid, there's especially the first like 7 years, yeah, you're basically focused on the kid. I don't blame them. That's I'm pretty sure anybody would do that, right? It's a big responsibility and stuff. And that explains why he was doing a lot of things to me. So in the sense that he said, just play the cheapest deck. I play the cheapest deck. You should play the cheapest deck. But I'm like, I don't want to play the cheapest deck. I want to play the deck that I like playing, which is basically the deck that involves mechanics that I like, which just so happens that is the most expensive deck there is, or like most expensive deck there is, or very slightly expensive, like 2 times more expensive than like regular decks, because that is the playstyle I like to play. And so obviously if I can't play that, then I have to play just the cheap deck. To me, it doesn't sound as fun, because what if I don't like the mechanic? But he kept on saying, just play the cheap deck. It's fine. Just play the cheap deck. He plays Azir because Azir is the cheap deck. And I wanted to play decks that use the trash. So that's like Kennen, which is basically the new champ that just came out. I pulled some cards for him, so I wanted to play him, but his deck is like $350 to $450. Then there's another champ that I wanted to play, which is Nasus. Nasus is pretty cool. But Nasus decks, like the cheapest one I could find was 105. But the problem is that it's not like it works well, but it's not competitive. If you want something competitive, it's more like $250 to $280. Basically, decks, like, you don't have to have a competitive deck to participate. There are decks where you could build for really cheap. But if you want to play the certain champions, you have to pay up to play, because that is the best way you're going to get their sort of synergy working well with each other. And I think the decks are way too expensive for the cards that I want to play. I don't typically ever play meta decks, but I do really like decks that have a certain playstyle that I really enjoy, which is usually involves like card manipulation with the grave and drawing and stuff. Yeah, so the Kennen deck and Nasus deck and Zed deck as well is what I wanted to play. But you know, getting all 3 if I got budgets of all 3 decks, it would cost $300. Like, that's a lot, honestly. It's not something that I would get value or money back over time. And 100 is too much for cards. Yeah, Honor, you would think that, and you are 100% correct. But I think that if you look at how much money is being spent on TCGs right now, I think you would start to understand why I always say that I've always been saying people have money even though they don't have money, and how a recession, I've been wanting a recession, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. Or I mean, it's going to happen, but not in this year or next year, because people have way too much money via the stock market going up. And even if people say they don't have money, they do have money in their retirement funds. And I don't believe that they don't have money until they run out of retirement funds. They take out the money from retirement and they're broke and they're homeless. Then I'll believe they have no money. But anyway, TLDR, I believe people have money. And people have credit. And if people have money and people have credit, and everybody's doing it, it's really difficult to slow down the economy for a recession and to lower inflation. It's a recession to you. Certain states, yeah. I'm also clouded in the sense that we're in California. I see so many people spending money. It's ridiculous. I go to a card convention, and there's hundreds of people spending hundreds of dollars on trading cards. And I wonder, how are they doing this? I really, and I actually, so I actually asked a couple people, like customers, I guess, on cons, like what their budget was, you know. And what I've noticed was that people who just entered the hobby, their budget was like $50. But people who've been in the hobby for like 2 years, their budget is like $500, right? And I was wondering, like, you know, why 500? Why 30? And I think it really has to do with sort of like the trust in the IP and how value is held and how cards appreciate, and the stock market and how it's at all-time highs, and how these people are using credit and leverage to buy these cards, and they're using Klarna, and whatever it's happening, people are spending money, and they're spending it very often, and at least around me, like I spend money on trading cards, but I am incredibly frugal, guys. I am incredibly frugal when I spend cards. Like I do everything to make sure that the value that I put into the cards maintains that value over a long period of time or appreciates. Even if it goes down a bit, I'm very like, I've done my research on it. But there are people who don't do that and they just buy whatever. And it scares me, but it's been happening for 2 years. So I don't know. Everything's expensive. You went to Cracker Barrel yesterday for breakfast and the bill was 40. It used to be 20 for 2 people. Yeah, no, 100% agree. And you know the craziest thing about inflation, Honor, which is what I discuss the most? Prices rarely come back down. I remember when inflation went up for Chipotle or something like that. This was way before COVID happened. I remember it went from like $7 to like $8 or something like that for a chicken burrito, a chicken bowl or whatever. And people were saying, oh yeah, it's inflation, whatever. And then it went to 9 inflation, but it never went back down. The thing is, inflation never goes negative. It stays at 2 to 3%. Oh, the government or the Federal Reserve tries to keep it at 2%, but right now it's at like 3.7% or something like that, or 4%. So every year, the value of the dollar is being eroded by 3.7% roughly. So if you have $10, you lose 30 cents of that $10, so it becomes $9.70 by the end of the year. And then obviously if you compound it over 10 years, you know, you're using a substantial amount of money if it's not being invested into something. So that being said, because the inflation rate can never go zero, the prices that we're seeing right now cannot return back to what it was before. It might drop $1 or $2, but that's it. The prices that we have are the prices that we have. And the only way for us to counter that is to, number one, have a recession, and number two, increase wages for everybody, and increase wages and increase salary to match inflation. So you're not getting more money, you're just getting money to match inflation. A lot of jobs, they actually don't match inflation. Inflation might go up 3%, 4% a year, but your raise might be only 2%, right? So you think that you're getting more money, but because of inflation, you're actually getting poorer. So yeah, that is what I understand about the unaffordability of things. 100% agree. I remember when my friends used to not care about dining in, but now they try to avoid dining in when possible because they don't want to pay tip because everything's too expensive, right? Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. Reminds me of Rutgers and the rich international students who refuse to do any work because they're rich and trying to use others to pass. It felt like that with that person, with friend A. It really felt like that with this, and I would have thought, like, after many years, it would have changed, but he still has the same aura around him. Yeah. And yeah, so, but you know, he's overall he means well. I'm not trying to say he's a bad person. He means well, but I'm not a fan of that sort of personality. I just don't think it really like meshes well with mine. None of them did 2 years I was there. They were riding the coattails of others. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. In this case, friend A, he does work hard. It's not like he lazes around. He does work hard, but I'm sure he does work hard. Yeah. 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 I make it sound like he's like a terrible person. He's not a terrible person. Yesterday, my friends and I went out to eat burritos. Burritos here cost $15, guys. $15 for burritos. If you wanted a burrito that was wet, so they put like salsa and like other like sauces on top of it, it was $17.99. 18. Yeah, it's $18 for a burrito. You guys remember when burritos were like $8, $9? Doubled in price. It's crazy, right? Yep. Inflation. And you see this and you're like, man, this is so unaffordable. And with rent and everything, how are people spending money? And then you go to these card shops and you go to these conventions and they're spending like $500, $600, $1,000. I just don't understand how. So I don't question it anymore. I just assume everyone has money. It's just whether or not you can convince them to spend their money and to think that it's worth that money, whatever it may be. Although I do, but don't. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, let's get into gesture drawings, guys. I think we've drawn enough squares here. I don't know why I colored it. I don't really need to color this. It just looks nice. Let's just erase this and start here. Let's see if I can find some website that shows me a bunch of pictures. Excuse me. You are middle class based on income? Yeah. That's good. Right? Still can't afford things. Yeah. There is a saying that the middle class is actually shrinking. There is no middle class these days. It's either you are lower class or upper class. Or middle class is the new like the middle. Basically what I'm trying to say, the middle, it's like the middle is not, you can't afford things in the middle anymore, so it seems like you're on the lower class. And then there's the higher class who just assumes, who can just buy anything at any time. Yeah. Yeah. I think what Jury points out is also an interesting observation. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know, There's only one way to fix this. I've been saying it since 2023. We need a deep, deep recession. That's what we need. That's the only way to fix inflation. There's no other way to fix inflation except a deep, deep recession. Either that, or you hope that the money printers continue printing money, and that your salary increases, but that also means that inflation also increases. And it gives you the illusion that you're making more, but you still can't afford. So you can either bet on a deep, you can either have a deep, deep recession, or you can have a hot inflation. And by the way, guys, if you guys didn't know, guess whose government is spending money to Iran and blowing shit up? Who's paying for that? Who is paying for that? Let me ask you guys. It's the taxpayers. It's the loan. It's the trillion. Our debt just increased substantially. I don't know what it is now. It is incredibly high right now. Let me check. US. I bring this up all the time. There's a website called US Debt Clock right now. US Debt Clock. And currently, I just copy pasted this. Our national debt is 40 trillion. $40 trillion. That means we need to pay the whole United States needs. This is how much our debt costs, and we're paying interest on that debt. Where is our interest? US here. So every year we have to we have to pay 7 trillion in interest. So yeah. So basically that equates to around 8,000. No. Card debt per holder. This is something else different. Never mind. Debt per citizen. So we owe the government $115,000 in our lifetime. This is how much each citizen is worth to the government. This is how much we're worth. This is how much I'm worth to the government. This is how much Jerry, this is how much Honor is worth to the government. This is how much we've accrued in terms of debt per taxpayer, because there's certain citizens that are not working, unemployed, etc. So basically, if you are working, this is actually how much you need to really pay to. This is how much you're worth, or how much debt you are to the government. There's currently 7 million people unemployed right now, with a population of 343. Interestingly enough, even though the US population is 343 million people, the workforce is only 162. So only half of the people are working right now. In that half the population working, 7 million of them are officially unemployed. 13 are actually unemployed. There's 106 million people who are not in the labor force right now, and they are not being taxed, but they're also suffering. Median income is 68,000, and this is how much we spent on war, guys. We spent almost $1 billion. $1 billion on war. This is how much we spent on Social Security, and this is Medicare, Medicaid. Yeah. So, in order to decrease our national debt, we need to decrease government spending. And not just government spending, we need to stop going to wars. And we need to fix our broken Medicare. We need to fix our war. We need basically, in order for all of this to happen, we need a recession to bring everything down. Recession is going to make us get into a war less. It's going to decrease our debt per citizen. It's going to increase unemployment, but also decrease workforce, which means less money to be spent on Social Security, less money on Medicare, war. And in general, the whole economy is going to go down, but this also slows the national debt. It helps people reorganize, rebalance, and clean everything up, and start again anew for a new cycle, because it happens in cycles, of course, guys. There is boom period, which we are in right now. There's the recession, which brings it back down. Recession, and then the boom again. Boom, bust, boom, bust, boom, bust. And with social media, this sort of wave has been a lot more apparent and a lot bigger than normal. Middle class 54K, 4,500, 3,004, bedroom 2,800, rent, insurance, Fullerton, you're broke. Yep, that is it's not possible. Over here in California, there's a study that came out from a news network, basically looking at living expenses for around where I live. You need to make, it used to be a lot lower, but right now you need to be making 98K per year to be to have money for everything that you want to do. So that means everything's paid for. You have a little bit of fun money. You have like one, you got like after rent, retirement, everything has been paid for. Maybe you have like 2 or 3K per month every month that you can do to, if you want, save, or if you want to spend, whatever it may be. You need to make 98K to live comfortably. If you want to get by, you need to make 83K from what I remember, around where I live. 83K just to get by without having nothing really left, but 98K if you really want to have something to eat, if you want like things that you can do with that money. Now this is way back in COVID time. This was around 71K. So 71K was the 83K, and the 83K was the 98K. So you can see how, like, over the past 7 years, the cost of living has gone up around 20,000, around like 20. This is around like 20K, right? And if you look at the math, let me get a calculator here. 71 times. Sorry, 98 times 0.20, 19. Yeah. So if you look at it, 20% of 98 is basically 19, which is, I'm just going to round to 20. So basically this has gone up 20%, right? So basically living expenses has gone up 20%. But that makes sense because everything else has gone up 20%. Your food, tariffs, rent, whatever it may be, everything has gone up 20%. And if your income has not reached the 20%, if your income has not grown 20% since COVID, you're actually worse off. You're actually poorer than what you were back in 2020 during the recession. 2020 during COVID. So that also could explain things as well, right? Whoops. Yeah. Okay. Let me close this. All genders, no, female only, adult, 60 seconds. All right, we're going to do a little bit of gesture practice. I'm going to be focused for about 10 minutes, guys. So I'm going to not read chat for 10 minutes, and we're going to just draw. So gesture drawings are basically, I can't show you guys the picture because they are nude models. But I'm going to be trying to capture the flow of the art piece. And it's not going to look complete. It's not going to look great. It's going to look very rough, but the idea is just to get the flow. Okay, let's go. Okay, this person doesn't look that good. Okay, here we go. Hold up. Let me reset this. I was not ready. Okay. So, interesting thing about these practices is that I used to be very scared of them. I used to be very scared of them, and I didn't like doing them. But I've realized after taking a break that these sort of practices are very important to get something that I've been missing my entire art career, and that is basically flow. Um, Flow. And so I don't have much time left. This was a really hard pose. It was supposed to be an arm and a leg coming out. Okay, I don't have time. Okay, next one. Okay. And as I sort of warm up, it will, or it should, get better. Oh yeah, Honor, I did see that you sent me a message. I haven't been able to check it out. I was actually out majority of the day yesterday with friends, and I was unable to respond to your message there. What was the update? I'll check it maybe after. Time's up. What the hell is this pose? You know, I was doing this not yesterday, 2 days ago. And I started off really bad in how it looked. But I promise you, like, it got better over time. It got better over time. The first few are always like super rough, I feel. You're gonna buy it completely? Alright. I honestly like that. Peace of mind. Okay, next one. I don't like it when they show me like pictures of them laying down. Like, how am I supposed to do this? Time. Shit. Okay, next one. You know, I think we're gonna need to. We're gonna need to. I don't have much time. I don't have much time on this. It's too fast. Welcome back, Jerry. Oh my god. It's too fast. If there was 100 people watching, I'd be a million. Is that so? Let me see. You know, I remember when I was drawing this, when I was drawing this on my, I wasn't drawing it on my tablet, I was drawing it on, traditionally, it looked a lot better. It's too fast. Oh, this one's a little bit better. But... oh shit. What the hell is this pose? I hope you guys can sort of like... okay, I think I'm starting to... okay. No. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, okay, we got one more, and then 10 minutes are up, and we can rest. I know, like, Jerry does a really good job with gestures. He's been doing it like for so sort of long. Excuse me. Okay. Jesus. Okay. I need to take a break. Oh, my brain hurts. Okay, here's a couple things I learned from practicing a little bit of anatomy. Let me show you guys what I've learned. So it's interesting for me. It's like it's really easy. I mean, not easy. It's easier for me if I sort of draw like cubes, so I can like really understand what is going on in terms of the 3D first. So this is like how this connects to here. This is the front and this is the back. And so when you do stuff like this, you can kind of connect, like this is one area and this is another area, right? And you can kind of imagine that it helps me like really understand and shape the 3D shapes sort of a lot better, I guess. But then it's really hard to convert that into something that is a sphere or a circle, because like if I, you know, were to do something, it doesn't look right for some reason. Like, first of all, this needs to be shifted upwards, but yeah, like it feels like something's off anatomically. I know that right here, this waist shape should be the same height, or not the same height, but the same thickness as the width of your head. I know that there is sort of like a belly button line right here, and this sort of area right here. I know that shoulders, let's see, there's a bit of a slant here for the shoulders. So it would be like here, it'll be like here. Like downwards and outwards a little bit. Change the body shape a bit. It's like, and then there's a pelvis area there too. This one should be higher. It's difficult, honestly. It's difficult. Ah, my brain hurts. Okay. We'll take another 5-minute break and then we'll continue this for another 10 minutes. Oh, I just spilled water. Don't you hate it when you drink too fast and you spill water? That's brutal. $40 to have a cord replacement. I need to have a cord replacement on mine too. It's my tablet only works if I plug it in before I start my computer. Honestly though, I don't blame it for not working the way it used to, because I did buy it refurbished. So it's like, I don't know how much, you know, how broken it was before I got it, or how old this was. Till this day, such a great deal. This thing has appreciated in price due to inflation. I remember talking about it. Like, I bought it for $250 used, which is a killer deal in my opinion. Like, can you imagine getting a big screen tablet for $250? That's how much you're paying for a medium-sized Wacom tablet. I think a medium-sized Wacom tablet is like $200 or something. But now this thing is like around $350 to like $400 used. So like, yeah. Wait. Okay. All right, I think we're just gonna start again. All right, here we go. Next one. Okay, let's. Maybe if I thicken the line a little bit, you know, maybe one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. So this body is facing this way, like so. Body, arm right here. Then it goes up, and then you know, there's the rope thing that's holding her down, or she's like not really pole dancing, but sort of looks like that, and then that, and then her head. See, the more I do gesture drawings, the more I realize the head is like so unimportant to the gesture of the piece, right? At least that's how I feel. Okay, we don't have time. Next one. What's the title, by the way? In the beginning of stream, I typically do a little bit of a summary or a little lesson that I talk about for around 5 to 10 minutes. Today's topic was carbon dioxide and what it can do to you. So I definitely recommend like going back and watching the VOD. I don't know if there's not scrubbing, but I don't know if you can go back in the VOD on YouTube, but you could watch it there. Talked a little bit about that. Every stream, I change it to a different title that explains what I'm going to be talking about in the beginning of the stream. And so, yeah, it's nice, short, sweet, get straight into the point. And then after that, we just chill with art. That's the goal that I'm trying to do these days. You love XP Pen? XP Pen is good. Oh, hold up. Getting a message. Do they get repurposed into shorts? If it's good, the goal, so there's two goals for me doing this. The first is with the idea or the intention that I want to make it into a short or a YouTube video. The second is that I want to be able to explain things better, explain things and you say less ums and ands and try to chain my thoughts better in a short period of time. So it's also practice for me doing that sort of thing. So there's two things that I'm trying to practice with. I've gotten a question from somebody saying like, they're asking if I can do it in the middle, like do the story in the middle when there's more people. But I think that I have to look at it from sort of a viewer's perspective of anyone who's watching the VOD. I feel like it'd be a lot more interesting to have it right in the front and center, you know? So that's what I'm going to be doing. Maybe I gotta ditch the... I think I gotta ditch the what do you call them? The circles and shit. I just gotta free flow this. Maybe the circles are holding me back. Wait, what the hell? Holding me back. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, this is way too hard. This is okay. So look, literally, this picture, her head's right here. Her head's like right here, and then her legs are like here. Her arms are like this. Yeah, it looks like this, and then her hair is like going like this, and her head's like right here. It's so... I don't know how to describe it. That's... okay. Oh, wait, let me pause that. I have a story. Okay, so this happened yesterday. So I found out that all my friends are going to cruises. All of them. But interestingly, they're going on different dates, but they're going in the same month, if that makes sense. I just thought that was really interesting, that everybody's going on cruises. Considering I mentioned it to them to go on cruises the year before. and looks like they took the advice. Not just that, but they're going with their partner. So yeah, so it's like yeah. Okay, next one. Oh, this is the one I skipped. I already did this one. Okay. What the heck is going on? Holy. That I can't do that. Oh my god. My brain hurts, guys. So I guess I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong, Jerry. But the goal of gesture drawing is to start breaking things down into like small little shapes. The idea about that, right? And to get the flow, right? Is that correct? Okay, what's next? Okay. I don't like this pose. This is better. All right, last pose, and then we'll try something. I like this pose a lot. That's pretty cool. All right, I think pose practice we are done a little bit, breaking it down. Exhausting. Wacom is expensive? I agree. CSP, let me check it. July 2026 update. I think it's that one, right? Yeah, 5.12. We got style. Watercolor edge has been allowed now. Oh, interesting. Oh. I never used watercolors, but they seem really. I heard that it's really fun to use it. Glow has been added as well. Ah, they use the glow as the shadow. That's pretty cool. This is for the app? Oh no, it's not. Replace or head the figures. Paint on 3D characters. Interesting. 3D camera. I've been seeing a lot of artists actually meaning two artists where they just use the 3D models to do arts because they're doing commissions, and it's easier for them to just like get the anatomy. They don't have to think of the anatomy, and just draws clothes on top the anatomy like that. Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's see if I can do a bit of I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna make a pattern. All right, here we go. I'm gonna close my eyes. My eyes are closed. Pattern I want is you know, I do some scribbly lines sometimes. Let's just do something like this. Okay, this is our pattern this time. You guys see anything from this pattern? I mean, I've had it since 2022, I think. So, but it's a refurbished model. This one, let's see, Humion Canvas. Huion Canvas. I don't know how to check. Okay, I'm gonna assume, Honor, I'm gonna assume that it's at least I'm gonna assume it is 4 years old plus another, because it's refurbished, so, and then this model came out in 2019, so this is a 7-year-old device, but I've used 7-year-old device, but I've only used it for 4 years. Yeah. There are 3 issues that I have with it. 3 issues. Oh, why is my thing laggy? Is it laggy? Not sure why. Oh, it's better now. Interesting. Oh yeah, there's 3 things that's wrong with it. Reason number 1. And that is that I wish the screen was 4K resolution. 1080p resolution looks a little pixelated at sometimes when I'm like zooming. It's like it's not so much, it's just an inconvenience, because I know that 4K monitors or 2K monitors look a lot better than 1080p. 1080p looks a little blurry to me these days. So I wish this was 4K. Number 2, I actually don't really like how Huion's pen, the way that it fits in your hand is perfect. It's awesome, but I don't like how it touches the glass and it glides in a way that it feels like I'm gliding on like glass, and I am not a fan of that. I know that this is just the feeling, but if I can add some grit, if I can add a little bit of texture, I think I'd be a lot more happy. But I'm not sure if the newer tablets fix that issue for Huion, or if XP or even Wacom feels it. I don't know. That's the second thing. And the last thing that I'm not a fan of this tablet right now is that I don't like how, and this is a software issue probably, but I don't like how if I don't plug it in, if I plug it in at any point of the day while my computer is on, it will not work. It won't function. It has to be plugged in right when the computer starts. So this basically makes this unusable if I'm not, like if I want to draw on this, I have to turn off my computer and turn it back on, which sucks. That's why I've been drawing traditional over the past few weeks. I've been just drawing on like a piece of paper and like my notebook, practicing anatomy and stuff. So I wish that this thing would have been fixed. If I could sell this, right? If I could sell this somehow for $150 or $200, I would sell it and I would buy a new one. The one that I would buy is I would actually buy well, everything's overpriced right now, but I would look for a refurbished one for sure. Of Huion's Pro lineup, which is around $700 $800, but if I can get it refurbished, it might be around $500 maybe. It has I believe a 2K display, and a better pen, and I think like that's the biggest thing. Yeah, I would do that if I could, but only if I could sell this. But I don't think anyone wants to buy this from me, so I'm gonna use it till it breaks. I mean, it still works fine. It's just I honestly bought a tablet because I wanted to be able to plug in at any time to use it to draw. But if I can't do that anymore, that the biggest allure of, you know, this tablet is kind of gone. The second reason why I wanted a big tablet that's a screen and not just like a graphical display was because on a graphics display tablet, when you're just drawing and looking at the screen, it's great for your neck, 100%. And I think that most artists should draw that way. But personally for me, I really have this innate fear of somebody says, oh wow, you draw art digitally? Can you draw some art for me on paper? And because I don't have the muscle knowledge of drawing on like physically on something, because you know, if you have like a small like or medium sized display tablet, you know, you're doing a little movement and it goes a long way, and so you learn how to draw based off of that movement. But on paper, it's all whacked up. It's like a little bit just goes a little bit, along goes along. And so I bought a display tablet so that I can actually see what I'm drawing. That gives me more confidence to draw in real life. So I'm looking at their website right now. I see it. Canvas Pro 27 inch. And then there's a Canvas Pro 24 inch. I don't need a 27. So if I look at the 24 inch, let's see how much it costs. 22 series, 24. Yeah, so the 24 plus so it's $600 for the 24 plus. I want the Pro. How much is that? 24 Gen 3. Okay, so the 4K display is $1,400. Oh, but you get some other Excel. How much does it cost just like in general? 16 Huion 24. No, wait, they don't name things well. Let me look at refurbished actually. Here we go. They don't have any. Wow. They don't have any. I got a cheap drawing set on Amazon. Yeah, I was looking. Amazon's probably the way to go. I was looking at refurbished. That's why. Drawing tablet 24 inch. So XP Pen's got their 24 inch tablet with a laminated screen. This is not laminated screen, by the way. This is old tech. Laminated screens means that when you touch the screen, it feels like, or looks like you're touching the screen. This one, I see that I am not touching the screen. It's not laminated. Laminated also costs more, by the way, but what's this? Pens? Erasers? That's a really nice kit. It comes with everything. That's a good deal. That's a really good deal. Yeah, XP has it for 165 hertz, 4K. So 4K right here. Yeah, 4K is $940 for XP Pen. 24-inch 4K display monitor. That is the one that that's for XP Pen. Let's see Huion, because they're both literally the same. Okay, here we go. Huion's 24-inch 2.5K laminated display is $600. If you get a 21-inch, it's $400. So that's cool. But then they have the 4K display, which is $900. So if you want 4K, you have to pay like $500 more. So obviously, don't get 4K, right? Don't get 4K. So 2.5Ks. So the only two differences that I would get if I were to upgrade, honestly, is I would double the resolution, and then I would get a laminated display. That's literally it. Do you want to stay with Huion? No, I go wherever the cheapest is. Huion is the cheapest as of right now. This one is, wait, $5.99. Same price. Sorry, I take that back. It's the same price. $5.99, $5.99. Yeah. Cheaper? It's the same price on Amazon here. Same price. If it was cheaper, I would get XP Pen. I just get whichever one's cheaper. Cheaper, but the same, like, you know, the same stuff. The one that I want, at least, is $600 for a brand new one. But how about used? Let me see if I can find used. Oh, excuse me. Oh, XP Pen has they have a nano etched AF coating glass, provides a paper-like feel. I don't think Huion has that. Let's see. I think that if I were to buy a new one, it would be XP Pen. Only because of one thing, and that is because it has nano etched glass, which makes the have a little more grit. Yeah. 22 sRG laminated technology, 21-inch dial key. 3 decibels smaller. Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, so the one that I'm looking at is literally the 24-inch, which is on the same as what you're looking at. There's a little tab for the 23.8-inch or 24-inch for $5.99. That's the one that I was looking at. Wait, no, that's not true. It's different. Oh, this one has buttons. Okay, so what this one has is dual stylus, immersive, 44. Please note, sharp detail, pixel age, a 2.5K. Yeah, so it's a 24-inch 2.5K. I think the difference between the one that, yeah, so, wait, what was the one I was looking at? It didn't look the same. Ah. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be $5.99. I just have so many issues that I switched. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm not loyal to any brand specifically. I think that the time that I was looking for it, I was just looking for refurbished ones, and I found that Huiana was the only one that I saw that had it, so I picked it up. But yeah, I would probably go to XP Pen. Yeah, I really want the nano etched glass. You're wondering, oh, 20-inch, too many issues probably. Yeah, yeah, I don't blame you. I should try to sell it. You know, I've been recently, what I've been thinking about is I've been thinking about selling a lot of my old things, listing it on eBay and just trying to let it go. I sold a couple of my retro games, like not really retro, it's like 3DS games. It's because it's been booming a bit. 3DS, PS Vita games. I've sold a couple already. Interestingly, since I bought the game for $40, and then I sold the game and got like 37-ish. So like, in essence, a lot of the games that I bought in the past were free almost. Well, inflation, I guess not so much, but if we ignore inflation, yeah. Anyway, I just thought that was really interesting how, like, yeah. I had so many issues, like I would constantly re-download the software link every time I used it. I understand that, Honor. I've done a couple of times for Huion as well. This is also one of the issues that I have with this. A lot of software bugs. Trouble turning it on. It wasn't worth it. Yeah. That's similar. That sounds like what's going on with mine too. Yeah. Well, you're enjoying XP Pen right now, right? So it's been going out well. How long have you had it for? No, you just about half a year. Okay, yeah. Almost 3 years. Okay. It's about similar to mine, yeah. Okay, I think I found a pose, maybe. No, I don't. I don't find the pose. Still works? Cool, cool. Glad to hear. Do you think it's a lot clearer, considering that you are getting a 2K display instead of a 1K? Damn, this pose is kind of hard. It's not worth getting a newer version. Okay, okay. Fair, fair. Understandable. Okay, I think I found a pose, guys. Finally. Rawr. Rawr. It's going to be a bent pose. It is going to be... Okay, let's try this. It's gonna be a sort of like one of those cat poses with a bent back and I'm drawing real people that I need to shrink everything down, animify it a bit. These models that I've been drawing have really big butts. So I have to like shrink everything down a bit. before I do that. You know what would be better? Full on rotate. Yeah. Okay, let's try this. I keep challenging myself. I hope it goes somewhere. I hope it goes somewhere. Okay. What's wrong with that? Big butts? Big butts are nice. It's just my characters don't, the girls I draw typically don't have big butts. So yeah. I'm not used to it, I guess. I guess I'm not used to it. I miss Scallion. Scallion was here last stream. I don't know how to do this. You worked 9 to 10 hours last week, but it was paid overtime, unlike today. That's a lot of hours. What the heck? Is it crunch time? Summertime? Summer crunch time? Summertime crunch time. I'm killing myself with poses like this, man. More money time until the fiscal end. Oh, okay. I see, I see. Let's drink some tea after this. Oh. Seems understaffed. It's a lot of work. Okay. Right. You know, with the gestures and stuff, I definitely feel like that I know when the art piece looks rigid and I have to break it up with curved lines to add flow. So I think I'm more confident in doing that. And also sort of breaking anatomy too for the sake of flow. I think that is something that I'm getting a little bit more used to. I still am super trashed with anatomy though. Are you doing VTuber commissions? No, I don't do. I've never done VTuber commissions. I do character design consulting on my VGen, and I also have commissions, but I highly recommend not buying my commissions right now, because I haven't drawn for a long time, and so I don't know if I can do it. But you know, the commissions, the character design consultations have been going out well. There's a couple of people who've already debuted with models that I helped create, character design wise, and they've been really happy with it. So I think I'm doing good on that. And but yeah. Eventually, though, what I would love to do is to character design fantasy characters eventually, but anatomy first, right? After anatomy, I have to learn armor, how to draw armor. Then I really have to study like the fantasy setting. I mean, there's a lot of things I need to study. There's an artist that I follow. She sort of does like, I think she's Japanese. I think she is. She does fantasy, like Final Fantasy sort of art a little bit, with all the hatching and coloring and stuff like that. And if I could, I would do, my goal is to create what she can create, but the only difference between her and what I want to create is that she creates very safe poses, but I want to break that, and I want to really like push like doing really complicated poses, but that really requires an anatomy mastery, which it's gonna take a long time. I know that people will study anatomy for 10 years and still it's like a work in progress to learn and draw, right? And so I mean, I'm literally on year 1. Maybe I would say maybe year 2. Realistically, year 2, but I just avoid anatomy so much that free flow anatomy, by the way, anatomy where you kind of imagine something in your head and then you do it, not like reference drawing, but yeah, free flow anatomy and just like street drawing and stuff like that. I think that's gonna take a while, and but there's a couple of things that I know will help, and that's gestures and proportions. If I can just nail those two, I don't think my anatomy has to be correct. As long as things are in proportion, anatomy is just usually like a little bit off. Like, oh, maybe the hip should be a little bigger, the breast should be a little bit wider, but like overall, it should be okay. Understaffed? We just got more staff. We just get too many complaints. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, I read somewhere that for like some sort of firms out there, they're like design firms, but most of their money just goes into customer support and marketing, because everything for a company, like it all starts with the customer service, it feels, because if something's wrong and you buy something that's expensive, obviously because you're buying it from a design company, customer service is really important. And there's some who like completely skip out on customer service and like, yeah, you don't want to buy from them again. We take workplace discrimination complaints. Oh yeah, that happens often too. Discrimination. Don't think it's ever going to be I don't know, discrimination is really deep rooted in like the culture. It's hard to get rid of. I think it's always going to be there, unfortunately. It takes one bad apple to just like ruin everything, right? One bad apple, one bad day, and it's like deep rooted into your memory. I wonder in these sort of situations, it might be better to like just use shapes. I don't know. Okay, body's so out of proportion. Okay. 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 I don't know, you guys. I don't know if you guys can like tell, but I'm like internally crying inside. It's to show my vulnerability and how I draw. hope my... Okay, well... I just do it. Just do it. Just do it, do it, do it. Oh, whoops. Yeah. There you go. I find it really attractive when a little bit of the ear of a hair of a girl's the ear shows a bit. It's like she has a nose. I think that the hair would kind of drape down like this. This would be open. I think that her hair should be kind of moved up just a bit, like so. Dun, 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 dun. Her hair, girl's hair, like, honestly, like, when her hair, honestly, her hair should be like, maybe it's because I just a little bit of a lighter color. Okay, I like that. This reminds me of White Album. White Album, the song. Such a sad song. I think that this whole area here should be lifted up. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're making progress a bit. I think I should make her eyes a little smaller, actually. Yeah. The whole eye, actually, the way. Did I give up on Violet Evergarden? The doodle? My goal for the doodle was just to my goal was just to do the art like pose. Nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. And this piece, I don't know why, I just felt like I really wanted to put a little bit more time into it. This is the pose of all time. Let's not think about it that way, Yuri. As you guys could tell, I made this pose It just came out of me. You know, I did nothing. I just, it just came out. And, you know, when it comes out, it comes out. This hair should be actually not like this, but I'm gonna just leave it because it kind of breaks the image a little bit. But and so I'm proud of it. You know what they say? Not that I was planning to do this, and this pose is gonna be changed. Is gonna change, but because I have to practice anatomy off stream, obviously. Because this is gonna be the back, right? And the back sort of like it kind of goes like this, and then it kind of like it sort of like goes through. It kind of goes in. I can't even draw it. It's supposed to be like this thing, and then this thing is supposed to come inwards like this, and then this one's supposed to like show where the arms are, and then belly, and then anyway, I don't know how to do this, and I think my character's a little too elongated, so I need to fix that. But that's gonna be another stream, not this one. But I still have the Violet Evergarden honor. It was just practice. I want to fix something real quick, though. I'll make her eyebrows a little less outwards. I'm going to add a little bit of whiteness to kind of get a little bit nicer there. Maybe I won't add that because I don't know how to do it. Oops. All right, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. No more. All right. That is it for today's stream. Thank you guys for watching today. I do appreciate it. Go get. Excuse me. Go get a stretch break, guys. I got a stretch break. Honor. Good luck on your work. Keep it up. Drink some tea. Drink some coffee. I ran out of tea, so. Yeah, let's do it. I just feel like I've leveled up with hair. But my body, not so much. Yeah, no problem. All right, we'll be back next week, Sunday. Potentially, I need is, we're in August. We're in August. That's right. Shit. Again, Gorilla streams over the weekend. Not the weekend, the week. Might stream Tuesday or Thursday. I'm not sure yet. Depends. But Sundays at 10, I definitely really like this time. So we'll continue to do Sundays at 10 for sure. And a Gorilla stream over the week, perhaps. With that being said, I'll catch y'all later. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. No raid today, but we'll go ahead and go back to our ending credit scene, and yeah, enjoy. Bye.